Hey everybody, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel. I've got bullish news to share with you. Venmo has launched their crypto trading. Brian Brooks, the crypto comptroller, has gone to work at Binance US. And Chris Giancarlo, crypto dad, is going to be working at BlockFi. And Mike Novogratz's Galaxy Digital has made or is intending to make a huge acquisition. We're going to break it all down for you guys. Before we do, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Guys, I uploaded my interview with Stephen Thomas earlier today. You don't want to miss that interview. We talk about his Bitcoin that is inaccessible and is there any hope for him to access it, and his time at Ripple, what he's doing with Coil and XRP, the Interledger protocol, and much more. You don't want to miss that. Be sure to check it out. I'll put a link in the description. My interview with Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, will be live tomorrow. So make sure you got that subscribe button hit with the notification bell enabled. And friendly reminder, I have a free weekly newsletter. Please sign up. Link in the description. All crypto insights and knowledge. So guys, as we've been talking about, the market right now moving a bit sideways, consolidating, building support levels. So it's just a holding pattern or a waiting pattern right now. We're going to see a bit of a mini roller coaster ride up and down, because we're building the support levels that we need. Healthy correction. I know some people are pumping fear. This is normal. Look at this chart here, the Bitcoin daily chart, right? Look at this correction back in February. Huge drop. Now look at our correction right now. Not as big as the one in February, but could it go lower? Absolutely. But that's okay. It's building the support levels, then we will move higher to higher prices. And of course, per the stock to flow model, the macro level chart, I am looking at $100,000 plus. Is that a guarantee and a certainty? No. But I think there's a high probability of it happening, given the macroeconomic factors, given the adoption news we're going to talk about today. This emerging asset class is just getting a lot of money put into it. And speaking of which, PayPal's Venmo launches crypto buying and selling. So of course, PayPal went full crypto last year. They said Venmo, which they own, would be launched in Q2. And of course, we're in Q2. So this opens up crypto trading to millions of users, guys. Very bullish. Let me give you the details. Venmo, the peer-to-peer payment service owned by PayPal Holdings Incorporated, said on Tuesday it had started allowing users to buy, hold, and sell cryptocurrencies on its app, a step that could inspire more mainstream adoption of the asset class. Venmo users will be able to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash for as little as $1 and publish transactions on the app's feed, the company said. With more than 70 million customers, Venmo is one of the most popular payment apps in the United States, especially among younger consumers. So millennials and your younger generation, this is going to, well, we already see they are moving towards cryptocurrencies and digital assets as investments versus traditional assets that more of the older demographics go after, gold and so on and so forth. So this is certainly highly targeted here, right? Given the demographic of the users on Venmo, adding crypto is just going to be beneficial. I think Venmo is going to see a huge boost in activity and revenue and so on and so forth. So another takeaway from this is game theory, as I like to remind you guys about. There's competition that takes place in markets, and the fact that PayPal and Venmo is doing this is going to really light a fire under the asses of credit card companies and other payment apps, right? So keep that in mind. We know Square, that respective payment app, is already in here with Jack Dorsey and so on and so forth, but game theory suggests no one wants to get left behind. They're all going to compete, and once one player makes a move, the others will follow suit, because we're seeing this thing take off, right? Crypto as an asset class, more people are talking about it. It's going mainstream. So this is very bullish, guys. Building the on and off ramps for millions of users. Now we, who are early adopters, are in the position to make a significant return as a result as this asset class grows. Now I tweeted about this news and I said the next up, what I'm looking for this quarter, guys, is Facebook's digital currency launch, because they said that Q2 they were going to launch their Diem. It used to be Libra, but now it's Diem. I'm also looking for Ray Dalio to go full capitulation into Bitcoin and have his hedge fund, which is the largest, to invest in Bitcoin. I do believe Gary Gensler will approve one or more Bitcoin ETFs. I think that's on the horizon. And look, more companies adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. So as always, Bitcoin is the doorway, the entryway, and then these companies and different folks will then go to the altcoins. So I'm not, trying to just say everything is about Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is, of course, the brand. And once again, the doorway, the entryway into the entire crypto market. Those of you who study the market understand this, right? Now, guys, this is so bullish on multiple levels. So Binance.us hires former bank regulator Brian Brooks as CEO, former head Coley to depart. So Catherine Coley is going to be out, it looks like. And Brian Brooks, of course, crypto comptroller, the man who gave banks the green light to custody cryptocurrency and the ability to handle and use stable coins. And remember, this guy has huge connections. He was at Coinbase, then Mnuchin brought him in under the Trump administration. So he has government relationships. So what you're seeing here, why this is so bullish, is you have government people going to work for cryptocurrency companies. This is huge. So bullish, guys. I'm super excited about this. And it really shows the merging of the traditional financial world and government with crypto, with the Coinbase IPO, now this. And on that note, also, Chris Giancarlo, who I've interviewed on this channel, Crypto Dad, if you guys haven't seen that interview, I'll put the link in the description. He's working on the Digital Dollar Project. He's going to work for going to be on BlockFi's board. So once again, you see the flocking towards the crypto asset class here. This is bullish news. So imagine what barriers and what green light this gives to other government folks and other traditional financial people, right? And look, I'm personally looking at opportunities to see, could I work in the crypto market? Obviously I have this channel, but I have a day job, but I would love to work in the crypto market. I think we are seeing the start of this huge new tech boom, just like we saw in the 90s with the dot-com boom, guys. And you have government officials leaving their respective seats in different areas and going into crypto. So Chris Giancarlo was the former head of the CFTC, and obviously Brian Brooks, the head of the OCC. And it's great to see these people going into the crypto market. Huge update here. Finally, Mike Novogratz's Galaxy Digital set to be in talks to buy crypto custodian BitGo. I'm actually trying to get an interview with the Mike Belsch, who's the CEO of BitGo. But this is a huge update. And I've said it many times on this channel, guys. Watch the acquisitions, the mergers, the investments, not just in the assets, but in the companies. That shows these people are anticipating massive growth, because to put money into a company, you of course want to get a return on that investment. Mike and in these different hedge funds and investment firms, they're not just throwing millions at these companies and making acquisitions to lose money. They see what's on the horizon. They recognize this is right now, if you were to do the analogy or parallel, this is like 1996, 1997 of the dot-com boom. We're very early. The Coinbase IPO could be likened to the Netscape IPO back in, I think it was 96 or 95. So we are still early and these guys are setting up shop. I've said it many times. I wish I was an accredited investor, because along with buying the digital assets in the crypto that I currently have, I would be investing in Coinbase and BitGo and all these different companies, right? Double dipping. So a lot of these guys are really going to make off like bandits here, because they have the ability to invest on both the infrastructure side as well as the assets, right? It's like in the gold rush, you are selling picks and shovels, but also you had your own mining company. You're also mining at the same time, so you're making money on both sides. So this is interesting. So a deal between the asset manager and the crypto custodian is close to being finalized, sources tell CoinDesk. Silicon Valley's BitGo last year reported to have been in acquisition talks with fintech giant PayPal, no deal was reached, but PayPal offered as much as $750 million in cash for the custody company. CoinDesk reported last month, citing two sources familiar with the matter. PayPal later agreed to acquire Curve, another crypto custodian firm. So part of being able to offer crypto trading and different services around buying and selling crypto, you have to be able to provide quality custody, right? And these guys are going to be competing with banks because, once again, Brian Brooks gave the banks, your Bank of America, your JP Morgan, and so forth, the ability to custody crypto. And many of them are already custodians of a lot of money and assets and so forth. So this is why, BitGo is probably very sought after, because a big part of it is that custodian piece. And also what we've seen people from the SEC talk about, like Hester Peirce and many others, part of what they need to see in order to approve a Bitcoin ETF is custody, proper custody with security, and as well as price aggregation, right? Price that is accurate as possible. So guys, bullish news. We're seeing some big moves happening here. I know the price right now doesn't reflect it, but as we've seen historically, moves are going to be made, and then you're going to see the market cycles play out, and all these things will drive the price up. So very interesting. I'm curious to see where Catherine Coley will go, given that Brian Brooks is coming in here. And here they said current Binance.us CEO Catherine Coley, who I've interviewed 2 times on this channel, by the way, will depart the company by the beginning of May, Brooks confirmed in a CoinDesk TV appearance on Tuesday. He said, not because she hasn't done a terrific job, Brooks said. Generally speaking, you want to keep these things small and nimble. So we'll see where Catherine Coley goes. And, certainly Brian Brooks coming in, I mean, the man's a heavy hitter here. And I think Binance probably made this move too, because remember, Binance.us is kind of a subsidiary. It's not Binance.com. That's because the US has very strict laws, and they had to create this kind of DBA, doing business under. They're using a proxy, so to speak. So I'm sure they would love to operate as Binance.com, but we're waiting on the regulations here. But big move on Binance's part, and this is bullish in my opinion. So guys, what do you think about this? Do you agree with me? This is bullish news. I'm super excited by all of this, and like I said, I'm waiting to see Facebook launch their digital currency, and Ray Dalio and a Bitcoin ETF, and more companies coming out and adding Bitcoin on their balance sheet as inflation takes off. So leave your thoughts and comments below, hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.